hear me? People in the back? Good? All right, I see good. I see thumbs up. Great. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Duluth Civic Orchestra's winter concert. Here we are very, very excited to be performing for you tonight. We've been working very hard all season on the pieces that we're about to play for you, including the one you just heard, one of the Enigma variation movements. This was movement 9, perhaps the most popular of the movements. The movement is entitled Nimrod, but it has now kind of had a negative connotation associated with it. I assure you that is not the connotation that this one is meant for. In fact, the composer was writing this movement to honor a friend of his, and Nimrod is actually a biblical term that comes from a long time ago before there was this kind of negative connotation with it. So, but beautiful piece of music in the 20th century. We're very fortunate to have had the orchestration for it. We have kind of just the right amount of people to play this piece, and it was the one that I was really, really wanting to play for this concert, which is centered around the Danish-Norwegian term Hygge, and I will be the first one to say I'm not the authority on that pronunciation at all. The trouble is that it's a Danish and a Norwegian term, so pronunciation can differ between the two, but the closest I've come to saying it is Hygge, which is a term that refers to, we don't really have kind of the term in English that's so concisely describes what this is, but it's essentially the feeling of coziness, of comfort, of warmth, particularly in the winter time that people in the Scandinavian countries are no stranger to. To face the bleakness, the no sun, the constant clouds, the cold, they have really clung to this sense of coziness, of comfort, of warmth. So that's, a warm blanket by the fire, a cup of cocoa, some music playing, reading a book. That's what I imagine as Hygge. And programming this concert, tried to pick pieces that have that sense of warmth, especially in this winter time, this bleakness with no sun. We're almost there. We're almost to where we're starting to get daylight back, but hopefully this concert brings you a sense of Hygge. And with that, our next piece is the Norwegian Dances, composed by a Norwegian man himself, Grieg, and it's the 4-movement piece, and so there'll be a couple times where we'll stop and then we'll keep playing. So usually there's no applause between the movements, but if you're so inclined to, we won't shame anybody. We are very glad you could all make it. You are what makes this concert happen and what makes this so exciting for us up here working on these pieces to perform for. So I hope you enjoy the concert tonight, Norwegian Dances. the stamina to do a longer piece like that. Gree was very, very good at writing very energetic pieces like that, that just like always entertaining for the audience, always entertaining for us up here. So what a joy. Just need a breath after that. But, well, we have just one more piece for our intermission. Our intermission, we'll have just a brief 10-minute intermission, just to kind of get up, stretch our legs a little bit, maybe meet one of the celebrities up here, on the back or something. And then we'll be coming back for the rest of the program. The final piece on this half of the program is the Adagio for strings. I'm sure many of you know this piece, even if you don't know the name of it. It's been featured in countless instances in TV and film. Such a beautiful piece. They used this piece in a anniversary of 9/11 that was very touching, that you can find online. Just a beautiful piece, maybe one of the best of the 20th century that's been written. And the piece, Adagio for strings, is for strings. It was for a string ensemble. But I had found some parts that were written for a wind ensemble, and I thought, well, what if we smashed them together and made a super full orchestra piece? So this is not something that I have found anywhere where there is a full orchestra version of this. So this is maybe the first of its kind, maybe a premiere. I'm not sure. There could be others out there, but this is at least an arrangement that I've made for this group, particularly with the instrumentation that we have. So you'll be getting an exclusive premiere of this Adagio for Strings rendition. Truly hope you enjoy. It means a lot that you all came out to see this piece, and we really hope that this piece in particular inspires a feeling of Hygge, as this is the piece that really started this whole programming for me. It was centered around this piece. So hope you enjoy. You're going to see the tuning note? Yeah, okay. A brief tuning note as we're switching some instruments around here. Bear with us. about 10 minutes, and we'll have even more music. And then afterwards, we will have a reception afterwards to treat you all to some treats of ours and engage in some fellowship and maybe some Hygge in the process. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you in 10 minutes. It's probably the most purest sense of a carol. It's a 16th century English carol that's been, like most carols are, really just passed down orally from tradition every year, singing that kind of carol. You don't really see it written down anywhere from that long ago until much more recently. So it's one of those carols that's been passed down generation and generation, and with an orchestra. So in your programs for these last three pieces here, you'll find there's some lyrics or maybe even the first verse of each of these carols. So if you are familiar with them, you can sing along. No one will judge you. These are some maybe some lesser known wintry pieces, seasonal pieces, holiday pieces, but ones that I think we really felt capture that, again, sense of Hygge, that warm, cozy feeling during the holidays. So next piece is In the Bleak Midwinter, which a lot of people know, written by Gustav Holst, which maybe not a lot of people know, but another holiday tune that, arranged for orchestra, comes out to be quite lovely. So hope you enjoy. last piece we have for you is another special one, at least to me. This was another piece I had in mind when kind of putting together the program for tonight's concert. This is an Eric Whitaker piece, who is a contemporary composer, still with us. I'm quite a fan of him. He writes a lot for choir, but also started actually writing for band and orchestra as well. So he oftentimes has a choral piece like this one, and then writes it for band, and then writes it for orchestra. So it's very convenient that we're able to get kind of such a true arrangement for orchestra for this originally choral piece. And this piece is Lux Orumque, which is Latin for light and gold. And this is based on a poem about light and gold, kind of the spirit of the wintertime, about the holidays, kind of spanning all religions, no matter what you celebrate during this time. Light and gold is what warms the heart and makes us think of, wintertime, getting together with others, family, loved ones, and spending some Hygge time together. So this piece we did purchase. Some pieces are like that. If a piece is old enough, it's usually in the what's called the common domain. So you can download it online, print it off at your will, because their copyrights have long since passed. Think Mozart, Bach, Beethoven. So it's nice when we can get music like that. This piece, however, I felt I really wanted to play it, and so we did purchase this piece of music, the parts, the score, everything like that. And those things, understandably, are not cheap. However, they are made possible by donations from you all at concerts like these, and we're very gracious to receive those donations and put them to work getting great quality music like this that we're about to show and demonstrate for you. Again, it really means a lot for us that so many of you came out. It's such a great turnout. We're very happy to see all these faces out here. This is our last piece for the concert, but we do hope you stick around and join us in the cafeteria for some food, some fellowship, some treats, some signing of autographs, things like that. So, and on behalf of the orchestra and all of us here, we really do wish you happy holidays.